Welcome to the iChem Connected channel. Vietnam is becoming a bright spot for attracting FDI investors from around the world, and this country is expected to improve its FDI attraction after the pandemic, especially in the third quarter of 2022. Today, we will give you more information about the FDI in Vietnam so you can understand better about this market and find your own opportunity to explore business plans in this country. As a latecomer in the region for attracting FDI and as a transitional economy, Vietnam has issued 33,921 licenses, with total registered capital reaching $454 billion from 1988 to 2020. And now there are 33,062 active projects with a registered capital of $386.2 billion, with the implemented capital reaching $211.47 billion, which accounts for 55% of registered capital, a high proportion compared to other regional economies. The FDI in Vietnam from 1988 to 2019 has had stable growth. Now, as you can see, 2008 is the year with the highest value of total registered capital, which is $70 billion. And in 2019, the number of projects reached its highest quantity at over 4,000 projects. After 2 years of the pandemic, Vietnam's economy has marked a positive recovery. This year, 2022, marks the 35th anniversary of the Law on Foreign Investment, which was passed on December 20th, 1987. The law has been evaluated as an open and attractive law, heralding an era of FDI inflows, promoting economic growth, and improving the country's international integration efficiency. So far, the FDI sector has made up around 25% of the total social investment capital and 55% of the industrial production. The sector has created 4.6 million direct jobs, accounting for 7% of the nation's total laborers. In the first 4 months of 2022, the country has attracted over $10.8 billion of FDI, equivalent to 88.3% of the amount recorded in the same period last year, as announced by the Ministry of Planning and Investment. While a decrease of 56.3% was seen in the newly registered capital to nearly $3.7 billion, a respective surge of 92.5% and 74% was recorded in the investment injected into underway projects to nearly $5.29 billion, with capital contributions and share purchase deals totaling $1.83 billion. Notably, the Ministry of Planning and Investment reported that the FDI disbursement from January to April of this year reached $5.92 billion, a year-to-year rise of 7.6%. As of December 2021, the Republic of Korea was the largest investor in Vietnam, pouring $78.6 billion into 9,265 projects. The export value of the foreign direct investment enterprises account for over 70% of Vietnam's total export value, according to an annual report on Vietnam's FDI in 2021 issued by the Vietnam's Association of Foreign Invested Enterprises on May 10th. Top 10 FDI countries and territories as of December 31st, 2020. So far, investors from 73 different countries and economies have invested in Vietnam. South Korea is the biggest foreign investor with 8,950 projects and $70.44 billion of registered capital, followed by Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. These top 5 economies have invested in 20,955 projects, or 63.4% of the total licensed projects, with total committed capital of $249.6 billion, or 64.6% of the total committed capital. The next big 5 investors are the British Virgin Islands, China, the Netherlands, Malaysia, and Thailand. Top 10 investors account for over 80% of the total licensed projects and committed capital in Vietnam. In terms of economic structure, foreign investors have focused on certain industries, such as manufacturing, real estate activities, electricity, gas, steam, and air conditioning supply, accounting for 16,215 projects with total committed capital of $317.5 billion, corresponding to 49% of projects and 82.2% of committed capital. Construction is also a top 5 industry, accounting for 1,751 projects with total committed capital of $10.68 billion, corresponding to over 5% of projects and 3% of committed capital. Agriculture, fishing, and forestry share only 1.5% of the total 505 projects and 0.96% of committed capital. FDI in agriculture, forestry, and fishing is underproportionate compared to the importance and huge potential of these industries in Vietnam. The tertiary sector, which includes hotels, restaurants, transportation, and communication and other service industries like insurance, banking, healthcare, etc., accounts for 43.56% of total projects and 12% of the total committed capital. We hope that you've had a good overview of the foreign direct investment figures in Vietnam, as well as the opportunities that you can take to expand your business plan in this country. We are going to continue making other videos about the foreign direct investment from Italy to Vietnam, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and get notifications firstly. And feel free to contact the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam via the email in the description to get up-to-date news about Vietnam and Italy's economy. Grazie, and hẹn gặp lại!